Man, Bad Blonde turned out to be a really great movie, didn't it? That's awesome. Extra experience now for directors and cinematographers. Receive experience for participating in pre-production. Outstanding. Everybody's going to get a little bit better there, which is great. Okay, now we want to shift into, I think, getting high quality sets. We do have high quality sets. What we didn't get is amazing quality sets. Okay. I think amazing locations probably is where we want to go. International scouting would be ideal here. Having them work a little faster would be good. More extras. There's a lot to choose from here, and I kind of get it started before something happens to this guy and I lose my 40% bump. I'm actually getting a 50% bump here because I can use my speed ups here too. So if I go a 50% bump, that's just half time, man. That's great. So 600 days, 750 days. You can get amazing locations. Gosh. I like the idea of having amazing quality costumes and stuff, though. Because we can use this no matter if it's on location or on set. It doesn't matter. We can use these all the time. Costumes and props are great. I think we're going to do this instead. Let's do that. In 450 days, we're going to have amazing quality costumes and props. That'll really help our stuff out, I think. It doesn't matter whether we go on location or not. That'll be great. Okay, we'll get one more banquet, and then I think I'm going to hold off on the banquets after that. I have enough influence to fend off everything here, so we should be all right. So Bad Blonde did quite well, but week 9, 10, 11 kind of faded away pretty fast. So we can end distribution. This thing grossed $8.7 million. I believe that makes this film our highest grossing film, I think. We had an audience of almost 15 million people for Bad Blonde. A modern American countryside. What a coinkydink. We just got ourselves a farm girl. How about that? Let's go ahead and have Herbert wrap that up. We're going to want Herbert to now find me random stuff. Thank you. All right, then. What else we got? Garbage Man is our current project for Factory. And then the Ricardo Conti stuff is almost done shooting. I Wish You Shut Up is the last... Wait, this isn't his film, isn't it? No, this is the one I was going to make his film. What I actually made his film was The Laughingstock. Yeah. Okay, this is the other one. I got confused. Yeah. All right, Ricardo Conti's here, yeah. So we want to get that going. Nicely done, sir. Hey, Craig, well done. Oh, wait, sorry, that wasn't you. That wasn't you. That was just that was this thing in general. Okay. You want to put Corrupt Official back in? See, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I need the influence for. And they're making me go first. Wow. These guys are going to root for it. They're making me go first. Well, I have it, so I'm going to spend it. I don't know what you're going to put into it, but I'm going to spend 1,000 to keep this out. Oh, man. What a drag. Do I need it out right now, though? I don't have any current movies that have that, though. I could wait. I could make them waste all their stuff and then try to get it. I hate being in the #1 position. I fear I'm going to put 1,000 into this and they're still going to override me because I'm first. Oh, man. I hate this. Okay. Okay. I think we got it. Oh. Kernstein. Okay, well, I could have got away with 900, but it's all right. It's all right. I made sure. So we kept that out. Very Simple is here's doing quite well. It's already grossed 6.7-ish and 44% of 63.89. So we could say something around there would be all right. We can bring this down around there, bring this down around there, and bring this down maybe like somewhere about there, I think. Let's let it have that. We'll extend the advertising too. It's gonna go cross over with branded. Oh, these advertising rules. I need to do something about them advertising rules. All right, so there we go. I think that's the next thing I want to get out of there is override that advertising thing, which I originally put that in, right? I put that in because Gernstein was powerful, and I didn't want them to have all this advertising money, and that helped me catch up. But now that I'm kind of catching, I mean, I think Gernstein still has more money than me, though. right? Don't they still have more money than me? What's the... Yeah, I mean, they still have more money than me. When I get to the very top, I think at that point, I'm able to really push things, influence. These guys are still way up there. So Evergreen Movies is like actually doing quite well. All right, so I Wish You Shut Up is done. I can now move Herman over to do the other film that I wanted to do. Did a great job. Yeah, I don't like the title, but whatever. I don't have to like the title. I'm the head of the studio. I don't need to like the title of everything I push out. Let's go post-production here. We'll let our award-winning team take care of this. It's gonna reduce this. It's not gonna be very good after this, but it's fine. We need these guys to... Well, they're not gonna get any experience anyway, are they? If I wait a little bit longer, I can get Flynn to do this. Wait 16 days, I can get him to do this instead. No, it's like normally I'd say I'm fine with this, but since they're not getting any experience, it doesn't matter. Like, I'd rather have Emma do it. Even though she's slightly lower, she's gonna get improved, so that I'm getting something out of it. And like Lee Curtis, like, this is definitely going to harm this film. It's gonna bring it down. But I know this already going into it, and these guys just need to, get better, just get good. So I'll let them do it. It's fine. The laughing stock, we'll use our good editors to bring this one up. This is with Conti, so chances are this film is going to be kind of decimated with his directing abilities anyway, being 0.2. So we're going to need our editors to help bring that up as much as we can. And it needs to be over 5, doesn't it? I think, right? Yeah, commercial appeal needs to be over 5, so I need my best editors on that anyway. Ricky Gregory is now known for train jobs. Okay. I guess. Let's see how he did. A B. Okay. Bone Grinder hates it. Go figure. Okay, well, could have been better, but it's fine. Most people got some experience. There was some like 5 stars and stuff in there too. Important note here though is that every film we've released so far is fresh, right? We're making sure everything is fresh. We already have all of these done. So this is done. And then this one, we need 3 more films released in a row with fresh story elements. So when this film completes, what I'm hoping happens here is it just goes bop, bop, bop. And just, we clear factory. That's what I'm hoping happens here. Just a big old clearing factory thing. So I'm thinking that's going to be great. This barely hits the 5.0, but I can accelerate it. Feels good. Feelings in a bottle. Locations hurt it supposedly, but that's okay. We can go ahead and take advantage of this, and we'll put Glenn in there. Off you go. Cool. Garbage Man's nearly done. Let's Say can now have the director that I want, which is Herman Watson. We can now put Herman behind the helm on this one, and we can have this go ahead and do it. Now, this film, we could use a different camera here. I could restart and do it all over again. I have to use a different camera. Or I can just let it happen. I think I want to do it over again. So these are my actors for this. I might have new ones available now. We're going to start over here. Cinematographer here, we could have... I was using Homer before, but now I can just use Ralph. I believe that's what I was doing. Maybe not. I forget. But we should be able to just use the other camera here because we don't need to use this movie for anything. So if I wanted to give this a soundstage, I can now to help this out. Okay, so make this a little bit better here on the quality here. I can use the Hespro 35 Extra instead because I don't need this camera, and this is also more expensive to use. So, and this is more practical, or the economy of this is cheaper to use, right? So I'm thinking this is what I want to use for this. Even though it's not for my objective, I don't need it anymore because I have the other film. So we'll use both of these, and we'll go like this. Producer will be Mr. Hammond can do this one. That's good. Herman Watson is what we want for this script because it's got all those elements that are really great for him. It's a perfect script for him. Yeah, it doesn't have alcohol in it, but otherwise it's got the winning the beloved and it's got the love triangle. So, and then it's a romance. So he's definitely the director for this. We can have Alice Phillips be our ambitious woman, honestly. Yeah, we can have Alice do this one. She's going to bop it up to 8. This is going to be an 8. The love interest here, we'll make that Donald. Could be Alan Calhoun. I think it's Alan. He's younger. And then the rival will be... I think we were going to use Opal for the rival before. No, I was going to use Jane Fisher for that. Yeah, I was going to pop Jane Fisher in here randomly. Give her that. And our patriarchal figure will just be... let's make it be Bill. You've been a strict parent before. You haven't really done anything in any... You haven't really done anything for romances previously or recently. Okay, I kind of like that. We got a couple of alcoholics on scene, but otherwise I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping that the combination of everything we have here will pin this to 8, even with Jane Fisher involved. We can also make Jane Fisher just a little bit... did I give her gifts recently? Yeah, it's been 2 years. Let's pop her up there. Let's prop her up into the green area there too, so she can have a good performance. Okay, I think that's going to work for this film too. Go ahead. Make it happen. All right, legal tendencies. Didn't find it for Charlie Graham, but we can keep looking, and we can totally do that. So let's put a level 3. I want you to level up. Man, I really want you guys to level up. How about if I put Howard on it? I mean, he might get that. If we can get a level 5, I'd really like to just get a level 5 would be good. Unsuccessful search for dirt there on Bobby Martin. It's not being discovered, at least. I'll put Ricardo on that. Let's see if we can find it. We did find the illegal tendencies in Margaret Cochran. She likes meth. So good experience for you there. And we can give her... I don't have any meth yet. We have to wait for that to come in. You have to wait for the shipment to come in. Now failure's bad. So Della Kester spotted us. Loyalty's going to drop to 0. She won't work with us. We can change agents, though. And we can put Peter Dawson on this and see if we can find anything for him. And having more agents is also going to allow me to put more security on my guys, too. Yeah, spirited young lady doesn't work with having a femme fatale supporting character. I mean, I guess. This is 1936, so I guess. Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. All right, I got you with that. I see it. Okay, so well, this is our Victorian taking place there. We'll shelve this for now. We don't need it yet. It's a good script, though. Good, well, way to write it. Let's go ahead and have Harley. You don't like thrillers. What else do you like, Harley? Are you capped? You're not capped yet. What do you like, Harley? I got a lot of scripts, man. So why don't you write me this drama about a soldier? Or this horror movie? A cop on a tropical island. Wow, that's... I don't like that. Detective Cowboy, American City. I'm not sure I like that either. Let's get rid of that. Those two combinations aren't going to work very well anyway. A horror with on a Victorian England daring adventurer. Okay, I can have you try that out. See what you can come up with on that idea. It's fine. I mean, I have so many scripts now, I don't need to custom write them anymore. I don't need to go in and say, this is specifically what I want. Unless it's a really good writer. And even then, I think if I know the movie's going to be in that 5 to 6 range, just release it, man. You're a factory. Just release it. It's okay. Teresa Castro, her contract is up, right? Gained her trust. Now she wants to work with me. Is that so? And you want me to pay you a boatload of money. Oh my God. Okay. We're definitely going to go for movies here. Not anything else. I know that you like the cocaine. I can give you a little bit more. $422,000 for 3 movies. Good Lord. $711,000 for 3 years. You are something, aren't you? It's that commanding presence. And I don't think she's won a Pollux or anything recently. So it's just like leaving her current employer kind of thing. Like, how much will you pay me so I won't work for them? This much. I guess I'll pay you this much. My goodness. We can give you something else here. Maybe extend your medical coverage. It's just not worth it to pay you because I'm not going to use you for like very quickly. 422,000 for 3 movies. God, you are so expensive. You got that commanding presence. And I don't want you working for my competitors. That's kind of the niche for that. Is like, okay, fine, you're on contract, but you're not working for them yet, I guess. I don't have you for exclusive, though. I got you on movies, so we'll see. I don't think I need to refresh your contract, Katrina, because I just signed with that other actress for a lot more. So I think we're good. Sally Sparks, you've been fun to work with, but I think I'm out on there, too. I'm going to be out on you guys. I'll call you if I need you, but I just signed with that other actress for a lot of money. So if I need you, great, but I don't think I do right now. So despite Riccardo Conti being the director, this actually improved. And now we can improve it even further with good editing. So I think we got this in the bag. It being a 5.0, I think we got this in a bag. Yeah, everybody's at 100, so it's not going to help them. The rap party doesn't help the screenwriter as far as I'm aware. So we'll just come back down over here. And yeah, Beverly will take this. Pete will take this. And that pretty much promises to keep it, you know, above a 5. This should definitely work that way. The only thing I can think of here is postponing the edit until Crown of Ulrich is done. Because then I get these 2 guys. And it's only 1 day. Yeah. So why don't we wait? We can wait to make sure that's great by putting their best people on it. Because this just stays pinned at 8 with this editing team. So I'm good. All right. The Crown of Ulrich. Where is this going to be? I think it's going to be here. And we'll max out our showings there. Bring this down a little bit there. Bring this down a little bit there. Down a little bit here. 6 weeks on Prince. Seems good. This could be an award-winning film right here if we target it correctly. Well, young men. So there's takes care of that. Men, boys, women, young women. I mean, these 4, right? I think we just hit these 4. That sounds good. Do we have any dirty tricks? Maybe we try that here. We know we're going to do a second run. So Bill Ramsey will surprise somebody at a wedding. I don't know if you want that to happen, but yeah. Sure. I think as the groom, I would not want that to happen. Orphanage visit is more appropriate for you, I think, Mr. Ramsey. Yeah. Or we're going to have you help a drunkard, but he won't do that. I know that Donald will, though. So I'll have you do the orphanage visit late. And then I think early, try to keep this refreshing here. Try to keep this going. I think I'm going to try to make sure that week 3 and stuff is pretty good. So I'm going to have Donald try the drunkard. And we'll give you all 3 of these guys to help you at 95% chance on that. So we're going to put everything we got into this film. Ooh. Really? I'm violating the code for this. Damn. I'm advertising is 530? Wait, why is it so expensive? Whoa. Wait a minute. This shouldn't be that expensive. Hold on. That's not how much it costs for the advertising on that. Whoa, it does. What happened? That's not how that works. These just got very expensive. How did the advertising get so expensive? What happened? Advertising was never that expensive. This just got crazy. 21,000 a week? 26,000 a week? This was not that expensive before. I was able to do this over and over again. I've been able to do this without this being even remotely close to 200,000. Now you're telling me I can't even do 2 advertisers. What? Something happened with ads. Something just happened. I'm not sure what it is, but it got crazy expensive. Like, it's impossible to advertise now. And I just did Branded. Branded had an advertising campaign that was totally fine. Right? Advertising campaign for here. Total budget with 3. Total budget for the whole thing was $97,000 for that movie. That's with 3 different advertisers. Is $97,500 for the whole term. For this movie, for whatever reason, it's telling me that a single advertiser is more than that. That doesn't make any sense. What happened? Did Gernstein do something? We're always gonna blame them. I mean, is it like some kind of event happening where it? I don't get it. FSAA ads. I mean, I can vote to overturn this, but that still doesn't help. Like the fact that that movie will not be profitable at all. I have to put another $500,000 into it. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna restart the game. I just have a suspicion that something's going on. I'm gonna restart this. We'll see what happens. So I had to look this up because it just seems really crazy to me. Apparently in May 1936, the game it adjusts advertising prices to make them more expensive. Like to account for inflation or something. It just makes no sense that it would go up that extreme back to back like that. That's crazy. Like these movies are releasing at the same time. Advertising just went up like 250% in cost. So that makes it impossible for me to advertise my movies. It also should theoretically make it impossible for Gernstein and Evergreen and all these guys to do it too. But it's still not productive. So I need to do something here to offset this. I don't want to do this, but I have to. The other thing I need to do is I need to raise prices. We need to raise prices. I'm not sure. I mean, I've already done that. So like we've already raised ticket prices like this. It needs to go up higher, like even higher. Increase the minimum wage, limit best picture nominations. Like none of this is gonna help me. I need to do more. I don't need to know what's going on with there either. So like all of a sudden they made movies way more expensive to advertise for now, and because of that I have to remove this. There's just no way I can actually afford this if I don't. So I need to initiate a challenge on this to overturn that, and otherwise I'm just not going to be able to advertise my movies anymore. Okay, so I'll just need to know what these guys are doing. So I'll pop you guys over here, and we'll see what they want to do. But for now, that's just going to sit there. I can't really do much here. For now, Garbage Man is done there. Pinned at 6. Pre-production. Seems good. There you go, Ricky. And because it's pinned at 6, we can then do our factory thing. Let's make it as fast as possible. We'll stick you there. It's fine. And this will be done in very, very fast time. 36 days is all this will take. That's crazy. Okay. I'll have it done in 36 days. And then we have to be very more selective now. Yeah, definitely. So this is gonna suck. So I mean, the good news is like these movies are very good, right? It's just that they are not gonna need more influence to overturn these things. I don't know. I think I need another banquet. I don't want to do that, but I think I need it. And then how are we doing with the mayor's thing? Are we not touting the mayor's achievements anymore? What is wrong with me? Stupid. What a dummy. Give me the influence points here too. Okay. So I'm gonna need that to fight back against this. Very simple is now done, but like let's say for example I want to do this, right? Let's say I want to. I can't extend the advertising on this anyway. Yeah, so that doesn't matter. This is gonna end. Very simple is done. We made 13.8 million audience, box office 7.3. It turned out to be actually a pretty good film. But the advertising, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I mean, it's gonna be profitable still. I can't advertise effectively in this condition. The only thing I could do is say, look, young men are the most enjoyable, so this is the one I'm doing. It's one outlet. I can't choose anything else because of this advertising restriction. And I'd really like to choose, especially for something like this, I'd really like to choose more. So, yeah, I need the FSAA to overturn that. Okay, so 18% of a 4,600 audience. Let me see how this works. So 18% of a 4,600 audience. We're going to go down about like this. And I don't think we can afford to extend any type of advertising, right? Because for us to do that, if we extended it, it's way too expensive, right? Like if just one more week is going to cost me $56,000 for another week. Which if I do this, it actually doesn't break the code. Okay. If I do this again, another 56,000, it doesn't seem to break the code. So we were already at, we were only at like 90 something, right? So that makes sense. So now we're at like 196,000 is what we're basically at here. We're just under the 200,000 mark there. So we'll go ahead and do that. But that is, yeah, you really got to be better with advertising now. You got it. You just have to be. You can't just flood. I can't flood it. Even with my factory bonuses where everything goes up faster, I still can't afford to do that. So that's going to suck. Imagine if I wasn't a factory right now. I'd have to have advertising going for many more weeks beforehand. It would be even more expensive. So these guys here probably will vote for it, I would think. Yeah, they're definitely going to help me with this. Gernstein will. I imagine Evergreen. I thought Evergreen Movies would like this because they have a huge bank. But probably not Supreme. So I don't have to put much into this. I think I'm probably good with like 350. Whoops. Like let's say like 340. I'm probably good with like 340 here. I don't even think I need that much. I don't know what Supreme's going to put into it, but Evergreen doesn't usually put more than Gernstein. So maybe we'll go with like 260. Be a little bold here. If I offset this, add this, let's say they do that. Yeah, we should be all right. 260 should be all right here, I think. Oh, yeah, we're fine. I actually thought they'd put a lot more into it, but okay. So advertising budget is lifted. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We can now advertise more for our movies now. So because of that, I can now go in, I can change this. And even though it will definitely hurt me a lot, I can go in and say, okay, how about we go like this? I'm not going to do Van Vescal instead. We have these three advertisers. It's $425,000 for that now. And we confirm. Crazy. No illegal tendencies for Charlie Graham, huh? Okay. Well, at least our security guy got... Because he discovered that there aren't any, that's the same as being successful in discovering what they are, I think. He got a lot of experience for that. Target lost. Gets a little bit for not failing. Okay, Bobby. Let's find him again. Unsuccessful here. I'm finding dirt on Della Kester. At least the agent didn't get discovered this time. Put Howard on her. Okay. Wow. That's a big change, but all right, we'll have to cope with it. At least we don't have that, restriction on us anymore. And then if there was, I wish there was more things. Like I want to raise prices. I need to raise prices now. This one here is the code. Can't overturn that. This is the raising prices. We definitely want to keep that. Pollux Awards, I can't challenge that. So really the only thing that's overturnable right now is the raise in prices. I want to raise it more. We need to raise it more. We will have a much lower profit margin now. At least I have this big bank like stored up and ready to go. So like as we get ourselves to the point where we're not making as much money per film anymore. At least I've got this big bank and no debt. So at least there's a plus side to this. There's some good things, I guess, to say. Jürgen Stellum says, I proudly present to you Son of the Fatherland, a destined epic about the birth of the fatherland. The writer, Ulrich Jost, worked on the script nonstop for 2 years. He practically lived in the library. We even gave him access to the secret sections where only the inner circle of the party are allowed. The Historical Council studied the results of his work for nearly 3 months and unanimously concluded the entire script is the purest truth. Believe me, I understand perfectly well that you will have little interest in all this history and the origins of the Reich, but you're probably interested in fascinating stories, and Son of the Fatherland has a story like no other. Even my black heart trembles before the climax every time I read it, which I've done so often that I know it by heart. We would happily make this film ourselves, but the today a film made in Germany will only be shown in Germany. We do not wish this heart-wrenching story to fall victim to prejudices and politics. I wish it would be a different matter if the American studio took on the film. We will have a true documentary about the German history. You will get a guaranteed hit, and the audience will receive a gripping epic. Everyone wins. For this, we are willing to invest $1.5 million for the production. And of course, you can keep all the profits from the North American box office. We'll sort out the rest of the world. Yeah, I want to see the script first, though. Let's see the kind of story you have first. I'm going to say no, but I just want to see the script. Son of the Fatherland is a 50% historical, 30% action, 20% adventure, written by Ulrich Jost, which is actually spelled with a Y, even though his story has it spelled with a J. So that's interesting. We'll read it, and let's see what it is. Warrior protagonist. In ancient Roman times, there lived a great commander, Tankmar the Blonde. I saw what he was doing, and I just went with blood. He defended the empire from the hordes and was famous for his ruthlessness. Tankmar had but one weakness. He loved children. Tankmar burned the huts of the barbarians and impaled their heads on spikes. But the orphaned children he fed and clothed, and on their knees they swore to renounce their ancestors and their animal ways. They were barbarian, not by blood, but by upbringing. That's still by blood, though, man. Plucked from the wild, they will become Romans. So said Tankmar. Okay. Tribal chief antagonist. Once a young barbarian named Losky. It's spelled with a small letter. They're really not giving him even a proper noun. We're not even going to capitalize his name. That's how insulting we're going to be. Was on his knees before the Roman commander. Tankmar had torn his family limb from limb, but he'd spared Losk. This is not even a typo. It's intentional. They did it again. Yet the barbarian could not appreciate his kindness and vowed revenge on Tankmar. The years passed, and Losky grew. He became stronger, found his own tribe, and became their chief. But the hatred in his barbarian heart was always seething. One day, Losk turned to his fellow tribesmen. "We will avenge our mothers and fathers!" The barbarian horde shouted in reply, "Let's take revenge. We'll gouge out Tankmar's eyes." "No," Losk said. "That is not our goal. I have a dream. Tankmar's youngest son, Eberhard, will kneel before me and renounce his father, as once I renounced mine." Torture in captivity. Suffering torture at the hands of the enemy figures into the plot somehow. That very night, the barbarians lay in wait for blue-eyed Eberhard, not far from the Roman camp. They captured and bound him and brought him to Losk. "Kneel and renounce your father, and I will spare you." Eberhard beheld his barbarian captors and was so sickened by their twisted faces and ugly hooked noses that he Nearly fainted in disgust. They hooked noses. Oh my god. They're laying it on pretty thick here, aren't they? You see what they're doing, right? Yeah. But Eberhard gathered his strength, stood his ground, and did not kneel. He proudly lifted his blonde head and spat right in the dirty barbarian's eyes. Losk wiped his face and ordered Eberhard thrown into the deepest hole until he came to his senses. Still has not one time capitalized this man's name. When Tankmar learned that his youngest son was missing, he raised his fist to the moon. Sneaky Loske, whatever his name is, you never became a Roman and you never will. He went to his wife and said quietly, I made a mistake, Verena. You were right all along. It is not by their upbringing that they are barbarians, but by their animal blood. Tankmar then took up the giant sword he inherited from his ancestors, and with all his might set the blade upon the grindstone, and in the morning he set forth. A rescue mission. Someone endeavors to save someone or is hoping to be rescued themselves. For 3 days, Tankmar followed Losk's tracks, and at last he found the barbarian camp. He climbed up the highest hill and shouted for all to hear, Listen to me, barbarians! A person can be educated, but an animal is always waiting for the moment to bite. Expect no further mercy. I shall put everyone in your tribe to the blade, young and old alike. With these words, Tankmar rushed to attack, and with a single stroke of his mighty sword, he severed the heads of a dozen children. Then he set upon the adults. As the surviving barbarians fled in cowardice, Tankmar pulled his son from the pit. He took him in his arms, and they traveled home along the forest paths. The barbarians knew that Tankmar couldn't fight at full strength with Eberhard at his arms. They grew bold and hurried off in pursuit. The pursuers grew in number. Tankmar could hear the wild screams of the barbarians at his heels, the tramp of their feet, and the whistling arrows ready to pierce his neck. But Tankmar was stronger and more agile than they. He wove between the trees, skipping from path to path, gradually shaking off his pursuers. It was then, at the very edge of the forest, that Tankmar had nearly slipped his pursuers, that one of the vile Losk's arrows pierced his leg. The protagonist dies heroically, of course. Tankmar knew that he and his son would be taken prisoner and forced to renounce their ancestors. He hugged Eberhard with all his strength. My son, it is better to die than to kneel before animals. His mighty hands gripped the hilt of his sword, and he impaled himself and his son upon the fearsome blade through and through. With his final breath, the dying Tankmar whispered, Someday my glorious descendants will avenge everything. Good God, what do you say? Impressive, right? Yeah, if I read every script someone brought me, I'd work filthy hours a day, get lost. I'm not doing this. No thanks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We can easily find another studio that will jump at our offer. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Goodbye. I'm not making that movie. No, thank you. Well, he's unsuccessful, so we'll have to wait for this to go away on its own. Again, yep. Well, we have to wait the way it is. Now, we do have none. 9 days until we get our order. 9 days until our drug dealer arrives on the scene. Okay. We're also going to get evil exposed. I feel like I just read that. Evil is brought to light and vanquished. I didn't read that. Nah, I mean, I guess he vanquished himself. You know, Tankmar the evil, vanquishing himself. Big battle scene. The opposing sides meet head to head and have an awesome fight. That is very good. That is very good. We have so many elements now. So much room for activities. The robot antagonist, the mechanical creature rebelled against its creators or arrived in another world. I thought we already had this. Didn't we already get robot? I feel like that was something we already had. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I feel like that's something we already had given to us. Maybe not. Okay, let's say pre-production is done and it's almost maxed out. This is going to be a great film, isn't it? Oh, man. It's going to be so good. And this is with Jane Fisher, too. That's pre-production, though. Let's see how production goes. It is above our factory bonuses. It's above our factory level, so we do need to do this conventionally, but I will put the second unit on there. And there we go. We can't do it super accelerated. Thank you for understanding. What a great title for a script. I like this. Like, thank you for smoking. That whole thing, right? You guys remember that movie? Some pretty good movies like that. I like it. All fresh elements again. Very nice. Well done, Bernard, for just writing a random script. It's great, dude. We could do it. I'm going to shelve it for now, but we could. We have enough films, I think, kicking out right now that I don't need to do it. Now, if I take a look at this, we're at 2 out of 3, right? And we're doing this right now. That's going to be 3. And we just need 3 more films to release in a row with fresh elements. And then I think we just clear factory. I think that's how that's going to work. Stephen Austin, let's go ahead and we'll put a pin in that. We'll work together soon, I'm sure. Garbage Man is done. We got 1 film shot with a new camera. That's this one. Maxed it out to 6. And this is the one we have Ricky Gregory. This is the detective movie for Ricky Gregory. So this is the one we want for our factory. We want to accelerate this as fast as we can. Although I don't think we're actually in a hurry. The schedule is pretty generous. So I think we're actually fine there. Either way, we need to have the editors do this. I will give this one to... I guess it's going to have to be Fred. Am I waiting for anything for Fred? Yeah, I thought I was going to do Feelings in a Bottle with Fred, but I think not. No, I think we're good. Laughing Stock would be good for... Ooh, I need Laughing Stock to be... Yeah, Conti. Yeah, okay. We need Laughing Stock now. Laughing Stock is now. So we want you to go here, you to go here. Laughing Stock is right now. 50 days. Get that done. We're actually running out of time there, so let's do that. And then Garbage Man, we can have that done by Beverly and Pete. That's okay. It might drop a little bit, but should be all right. And we don't have a quality requirement for that. So 26 days, that'll be done too. Outstanding. Timothy, you're an excellent cinematographer. I definitely want to keep you around. Certainly do. Stage location. Okay, so you're charging me more because of that. Okay. Is this a skill thing or a preference thing? I really don't know. That's the thing. You don't know. Should I go with years on you? You're like an in-house, want to keep you around. The whole misogynist thing, though, makes me not want to do that. I can pay half. Let's just do this. We'll go 3 movies. Yeah, this is okay. 3 movies. Okay. We now have unlocked the Blue Term Iris Deluxe. We're going to access the Deluxe. Now, what we're going to do with the Deluxe, we come over to our engineering department. We could have repaired this building. How long does it take? 53 days. No, we're going to leave it that way it is. The technology management, we're going to go over to the Iris Deluxe. There it is. And now what we can do is we have 2 research teams. We can work on quality and economy. We could do all of them at the same time, but I would rather use the quality while we're working on everything else, right? Getting that little economy bump, though, seems nice. What happens if I only work on economy? It's only 100 days to do that. Okay, so these 3 take the same amount of time, basically, as doing that. So, okay. Let's do this, and then we can work on these 3 while we have this quality up. So we'll start the research on that. In 270 days, the quality will go up on this. Okay. And then 529 days till the next research group is done. So by the time we get this Iris maxed out, we'll have our 3rd group, and then we can start working on probably the sound at that point. And then while we're working on the sound, we'll be researching the ability to make our own in technology, which is going to take a while. That's 1,200 days. I can accelerate it to 960, but it's still going to take a while. So we got time. Feelings in a Bottle. What's up with that? Turned out not that great, but it's okay. We had some relatively mediocre people behind it. It's good. Happiness of the crew was great too. Now, this one, we don't have a whole lot of editors left, but I'm kind of thinking maybe giving Oliver this film because it's not doing all that well anyway. So we'll give him some gifts, make him happy, put Oliver on this. I don't have another composer, so let's just check out what we've got available for composers. Wow. Wow, Rafael Lopez. Wow. I mean, holy smokes, dude. There's no reason I don't do this, right? I mean, he's hired. Like, there's no way. That's great. I like your rates. You have really great rates. I like that. You're in. I look forward to seeing what you can do with this. Shitty editor, great composer. Let's see what happens. Which one has more weight? Oh my goodness. All right. I Wish You Shut Up is here. That's done. It's all edited now. It's going to end up being a 7.4 movie. It's going to cost an enormous amount to advertise for it, but yeah. All right, so this is the part where we're maxed out over here. I don't like using this if I don't have to, so we're going to take the department speed up here on this one. Okay, one way to play this, I've been thinking about it. So it takes more experience to level up the higher the level you are. So one way to play this would be to have a level 1 department head and always put the bonuses into the department. And then once that department head gets to about a level 3 or 4, it starts to get more expensive to level them up. You fire them, bring in another level 1. You just have a really low quality person in this position all the time so that they are leveling up really quickly. You're getting these level ups really fast because of the department head leveling up. You keep putting it into the department every single time, and then you just fire this guy. You keep your department heads low level the whole time. That is one way to do this. If you're metagaming this, you could totally legitimately try that out. I think that might be a cool strategy for it if you're into that kind of thing. Looks like Lee Woods is now 5. Emma, I think, can go to 7 before she's capped. I forget what she was, but I think she can go to 7 before she's capped. All right. I Wish You Shut Up. We're going to double play this. There's a lot of competition around there. I don't really like that. But we do need to release these films, and it is fresh. So we want to keep that fresh. So let's go most likely fine right there with this one. I'm not sure how our advertising is going to play out here. So we're going to try to see about how this works here. Let's go 6 weeks on the prints, and we can go a little higher here. I want to leave some room for the other film, but we're going to go a little higher here. And we'll probably buy some theaters, although with advertising rates up, I don't know how many movies I'm going to release at a time anyway, you know? Yeah, they're all much more expensive now. We can hit these 2 generically, maybe these 3. I think we could do these 3, and that kind of takes care of a lot of them all kind of grouped together here. So we'll try that. And then on the dirty trick side of things, maybe we'll try to go about here, I guess. Donald won't do it. Alan will. Alan will do the orphanage visit. It's fine. The film has stale elements or becomes stale. Ooh, I don't want that. I don't want that. So if you release the film after May 7th. Oh, wow. Hang on. So this is going to be stale? If I release... Oh, okay. We don't want that then. We don't want that then. Let's cancel that. Your salary. Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's fine. So this one's not releasing right now because the elements will go stale if I do. So where are we at on that? Jousting tournament. Social rejection is probably what it will be. Yeah, it'll be social rejection. So I'm going to assume then Crown of Ulrich has social rejection. Okay. So this one I don't want to release yet. I don't want to release it because I need to have all of them in order. I have to have all fresh elements in a row. So this one can't count. It needs to be hold off. Once I have this cleared and check marked right here, then I can release that film. I don't care. But I don't want it to interrupt the flow here. So we need to leave that not released just for now. These 3 are coming up behind it. I don't think they have anything that's the matter. Let's check out this thing here. Criminal Gang, Mentor. Yeah, these are all pretty fresh. So that one's not going to be a problem. Good. How about Garbage Man? Let's see what Garbage Man has. Cop, Evil Monster. That's fine. Now that one was what? Protagonist gets a chance for a better life. That was a 1. Okay, so what was the ending for this one? This one was the same thing. So this is going to push this up to 3. These two are going to be on. That's going to push that one to 3. So as long as this one doesn't have the same ending, rescues hostage. Okay. Thrilling chase, jousting tournament. Excellent. Excellent. Evil witch. Okay. Knight. Damsel in distress is getting close. That'll push the damsel to 3. Do we have damsel in any of these? Not in that one. And not in this one either. And then what about the one that's currently right here? Do we have... I can't see that, can I? Yes, I can. No damsel, right? Yes, okay. No damsel here. We just had that social rejection. So, okay. So, as it is right now, it seems like we're going to be fine. As long as we don't release that movie, we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to get all these done. I think that's the way that's going to go. Let's go ahead and end that. We currently have nothing showing in theaters. Let's say has love interest. Patriarchal figure. Okay, rivals. Social rejection is in this one too. So this will go stale. So I can't use this one for it either, but that's okay. I think that's okay. We can wait on these. I think we can wait. I mean, I may not wait on that one, on let's say. But I just need to see Garbage Man. Yeah, I just need Garbage Man to release. And then once Garbage Man releases, I want to see check mark, check mark, check mark. Just boom, boom, boom. And then I don't care about them being that way. But as this is right now, we have one movie that's currently being produced, and it's going to be stale anyway, but we're currently producing it. I could go ahead and put drugs in my studio here pretty quickly. Try to get some more, try to get some dirt on some people, try to get some more GP with the police, that kind of thing. I could totally do that now because there's less going on. There's less getting impacted by it. So I can have a whole bunch of surveillance here too. And again, I'm using my own people for this because they get... She has a collection of Asian sex toys. That's interesting. I'm using my own people for this, right? Because they get experience. And if they can get to level 5, then it could just kick these things out much faster. Yes, I know I can use the Mafia. It costs me GP. Getting GP from them will cost me money. It doesn't look like it does, but it does. It costs me money. So I don't... You can only do so much of that at a time. I want to have my own people to do it so I can do it much, much faster, much more effectively. All right, Delicaster. So this secret is worth 3,000. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, it is. 3,000. So I can have you for 3 movies. This award-winning 50-year-old actress. I can have you for 3 movies. And I can do that with basically no money. $31,000. That is awesome. I have you on contract. Do I use this for years instead, though? No, I do not, because that's how expensive she is. Holy shit. It works better for women to be on movies anyway, because you're not using them consistently. You're not using them as often as men. So the chances that you're going to get more than 3 movies on them, out of them, in that time is lower. For men, it seems like I can get a lot more movies from them. So 3 years starts to make sense for certain actors. For this person, though, I think 3 years. I'm going to do 3 movies. I'm going to use this to get movies out of her. So there we go. So I have Delicaster, which is awesome. She's an award-winning actress now. And I would assume then that... Gernstein doesn't have them. Do they only work for me and that's it? Is that how that works? Delicaster is here. If I take a look at her current contract, it says here, yeah, 1936 Evergreen movies. So I basically taken her from Evergreen movies. And she's just locked into a contract with me now. Evergreen can't use her. Fantastic. I can give her gifts. There you go. Yeah. Would you like some more gifts? How about some more gifts? You know, if I give you a ton of drugs after you make some movies for me, maybe you'll overdose. I mean, I could also just beat her after she's done with her 3rd movie. It's like, filming's wrapped. Cool. Take her out back, guys. Old lady. Poor old lady. This game is already affecting me. My head's all messed up now. And everyone lived happily dot dot dot, an artificially sweet ending without real catharsis or a convincing resolution of conflicts. But is that really so bad if a happy ending is what the audience wants? I love it. That's perfect. And they all lived happily ever after. The laziest ending you can do. Great. Okay, so I think I'm good here. I think I'm going to have to wrap up this video from here. So where are we at right now? Like for now, I want to get another banquet because I need this. So we're going to go one more banquet. I'm at $54 million. That's great. Advertising got way more expensive today. That's the new reality here. Hopefully we can raise prices pretty soon, maybe next year. That'd be nice. The good news is I got the advertising restriction lifted, so I can actually flex some of this muscle that I have, some of this money that I have. That's great. We have research going on with new camera technology. We have our PR department should have this done in 266 days. So I'll be able to put my maintenance department to work generating IP for me. So that'll be great. We don't have anything else we can do with FSAA just yet. So we'll have to work at that. In the meantime, we need to keep getting influence points so we can defend against them trying to add things to the code. Garbage man's going to be done. So next video, we should see, I hope anyway, in the next video, we should see bop, bop, bop. Factory should be done. We should start boutique next video. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see if that happens. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. Bye-bye.